You're listening to The Idiot's Catalog.
All right. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Idiot's Catalog podcast, or welcome for the first time. Thanks for joining us. My name is Leland Long. I'm one of your hosts.
Yes, my name is Charlie Dawson. I am another one of your hosts.
And we're joined this week by Emily Walsh.
Hello. I'm
Thank you
excited
so
to
much.
be here. Yeah.
Charlie gave us a disclaimer beforehand that he is very tired.
Very sleepy boy. Didn't get much rest last night.
And we have to carry the pod.
You guys have to carry the
which
pod.
I'm excited about.
I got some ideas, but comedically, you guys are going to do some of the heavy lifting. Let me tell you.
Fantastic.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I came to be lazy. I might fall asleep. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm
wow.
not
I
professional.
hope not.
You did choose the coziest part of the couch.
And
So
I'm
that-
about to get real cozy with it. Real. I'm about to lay out.
The crundle is what we called it, because we
Oh,
used to do
nice.
like one person there, one person where you're sitting, and then one person just in the corner.
And the corner
the
person
camera was
always
like-
felt like, I always felt defensive
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
corner, you
Yeah.
know? So I got the crundle. I'm excited to be here, though. Very excited to have Emily on. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being here.
I'm pumped.
You've been a desired guest for a while.
I
Yeah.
know we've had some misconnections, so
Yeah,
I'm happy
yeah.
to be here.
If you don't know, this is a inventions ideas podcast, and we usually just get straight into it and have the guest start.
Great.
If you have anything,
Oh, I have so many things.
I'd love it.
Okay, so I was making a list on my phone, and some of these I honestly think are good ideas. So I don't know if that.
We
I
have.
don't know. Yeah.
We go the spectrum of like good ideas to just
Okay.
straight garbage, like never work.
Okay.
And my favorite thing about it is sometimes I think an idea is one thing, and then I bring it, and everyone's like, "No, that's dumb."
We should never do that.
And then sometimes I was like, "Here's something dumb," and they're like, "Actually, that's great. That's a
Yeah.
great idea."
So I was telling them before, me and my husband do this thing called $2,000 ideas, because he has a lot of random ideas that he's like, could this be a thing? And we called them $2,000 ideas because at the end of the day, you'd probably have to shutter the business. Like eventually it would fail, but like maybe you made $2,000. And then it evolved to a thing that we would really love to exist. It's not Shark Tank, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with Shark Tank.
Yes.
But it would be called Minnow Tank.
Oh,
And it
okay.
is 5 investors, and you pitch your idea, and if they like it, they will give you up to $10,000, maybe it's $2,000, just to own the idea. And then you walk away. So you could go to them and pitch them 10 things, and if they want to buy one, you like hand over the rights or patent or I don't know, business words, and then it's theirs, but you made the $5,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I
And
love
I
that
would
idea.
love
You could just be like, how about a fork that's also a knife? And then they're like, yeah, we'll take that.
If they
Yeah.
want to make it, if they want to get the factory, because the thing about Shark Tank is it just stresses me out. It seems like very hard to run a business.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I've been posting clips from this podcast on a subreddit that's called Unnecessary Inventions.
Nice.
And they do well. And one person commented on it recently. He's like, I think I'd appreciate these more if you made them. And I'm like, no, that's not what we
That's
do.
not what a podcast is.
Yeah. We're not inventors. We're just
We're
comedians
just people
with invention
with
ideas.
things in our phone.
And then I was like, but feel free to make it if you want.
Yeah,
And he's
3D
like-
print that shit.
He's
Let me
like,
know.
no, I just think they're bad ideas. It's like, all right, well, that's not what you said at the start.
Earlier you said make it, so really
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to start with my favorite one because I want to build up to that a little
Sounds
bit.
good.
It. Love
Okay,
it.
so this one is an idea that I came up with as a child, and I have realized is not safe or good, but I think about it a lot. And when I was younger, and even when I started to drive, I wanted to have a thing on the back of the car. So you know when people have, I guess cops have it when they're like, clear the way. It's just that like writing that scrolls through or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on your car, but what it says is where you're going.
Oh.
So like if you don't quite know where you're going, because sometimes you're going to a sporting event and you're going to whatever and you've never been there and you're like, I don't know where the parking is or I don't know. But if they're already going there, then just follow them.
Oh, okay. When you started this, I was like, how is the person behind you going to help you get where you're going?
No. You only put it, and maybe
They're
there
just
has
like
to be like
honking at you and they're like giving directions out their window.
like help me. No, I think.
But I see what you mean now, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have to be. You'd also have to have some sort of indicator of how confident you were. Like if you were like it's
Like color based.
yes,
Yeah,
like
green
bright,
is,
yeah.
you know exactly.
You know, you've
been
there
Red, I
before.
have no idea.
You might as well work there. Like
might,
you
yeah.
have been there 1,000 times, and I understand now that shouldn't exist. Like at the time, I was like,
just bragging. I'm going to the grocery store and I know how to get there.
They're just
No
going
big deal.
home. They're going to their home.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I know how.
I know how to get there.
Can you imagine seeing someone that's like going home red? Please help.
I'm not sure how to get there. I have moved a lot lately.
I love that. No,
now, what
that's
about
great.
how would this play into if someone has a stalker? Because in the
Well,
stalk,
that's the thing is like it doesn't actually feel safe to me to exist. But I just like in my mind when I came up with it, I was just like, wouldn't that be easier for me, the second driver who's not? And like literally, I had this idea way back when you used to print out MapQuest things. So like this is like a very old process of me being like, somebody must know.
Sure.
Like somebody in this line must know where we're going.
Yeah.
well, it could be
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like Hinge or Tinder, but for helping you get somewhere.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you just
yeah, yeah.
swipe like, and then once you match up with someone you're going to the stadium, you both go to the stadium together.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like they know where the parking area is and
Yeah.
they're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
maybe you guys kiss or something.
Yeah, no big deal. Maybe
No
it ends
big
in a
deal.
smooch. I don't know.
It's-
No big deal.
Smooch.
If
It's-
everybody's into it, maybe it ends in a smooch.
It's still people just judge based on appearance though, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that person looks so unconfident. Swipe left.
Forget it. They are not red. They are saying they are red or green, but they are not green.
The guy's weakness in his eyes. I don't trust him.
Yeah.
See, now I got to do the face idea.
I
Okay.
feel like this would help too for police that pull you over because their first question always like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah.
And it's like, "Didn't you see church?"
Hospital. Wife's having a baby. Gotta get there.
That whole thing is on there. Hospital, wife's having a baby. Red, please help. Please help.
Please don't stop me. I need to get there.
Or green. I've had so many babies
yeah,
with this
I
woman.
know exactly where it is, and this one's coming fast.
When you started saying the idea, I thought it was like a ticker tape on the back of a car where you can type insults for people behind
I mean,
you.
that's good on as
yeah.
fun. I
Yeah.
used to do that. We had one of those station wagons that the seats like face the opposite way, face the back. And we used to love to make signs that we wouldn't tell our parents we were like putting in the window that was like, honk if you smell farts or something. And then my parents would be like, what's going on? Like everyone out here is so
I thought
terrible.
that was going to take a darker turn of like, help us, we're trapped.
I feel like we did that once, and it was a very big problem. Like, they were like, never again.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're all being silly, but you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't accuse us of kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
We are
No,
your
Yeah,
parents.
we are
that's
literally your
very,
parents.
very bad. We have some questions that we run through for some inventions.
Okay.
One that I invented last week. Is there any disclaimers for this product?
I feel like there's a lot. I feel like it's like only do it if you're you're confident, and B you're confident you're not going to get murdered. I don't know. Like
Sure,
it's
yeah.
because I guess I would do it if it were me. I think I would only use it as the confident driver, even if I was feeling confident, if I was with a group. Like if I was like, again, we keep saying the stadium. I think that's the only time I'd be like, we're all going, and you just need to know where parking lot D is, and I can help you with that.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think I would ever. And it's hard because we live in New York City and I don't do a ton of driving here, but I don't think I would ever be like, if it was on my jacket, be like, New York Comedy Club. Like, I don't want you to fall over there. Like, so, yeah, huge disclaimer. Only use it if you want people to follow you.
Yeah. It has to have like an on and off.
Yes. Yeah. It can't. Because in my child brain, it was going to be like attached to your. You'd have to
GPS.
type it in or attach your GPS.
To
I'm like,
start your
that's not
car,
safe.
it's like
Yeah.
one of those blow things.
Where are
for
you
the...
going? Yeah. Bad. Not a good
That'd be
idea.
terrifying if it was always on. You're like trying to go somewhere secretly and everyone can see it. Anyone
Yeah.
around you can see
yeah.
it.
If you're
It's
like,
just-
you know what, I am going to stop at Starbucks, and it like changes.
Yeah.
You're like, mm-mm.
You just see someone drive by and it's green. My mistress's house. It's like, oh.
Oh no, you really confident where that is?
Yeah. That's
I
great.
love it. What a great invention to start off on. I freaking love it. I
Okay.
can't wait to hear your favorite one.
I
Yeah,
mean, the
if
favorite
that's-
one is, oof. Should we do it now or should we keep waiting?
No,
Let's
we'll keep
waiting. Okay.
Charlie, do you got one?
Yeah, I got one, Leland. Mine are all, well, here, what do I do with them, Leland? Come on.
Oh, Charlie, I want you to take that invention, put some big old Japanese rocks on it, and rake around it, make a little rock garden. Bodie, what do you got for me?
Okay, I love that. That was amazing and it was perfect. I've been feeling the vibes of New York City recently, so all my inventions today are New York City inventions. What? Pew pew pew, Yankees. You know what I mean? So my first one, and Leland, this one's kind of inspired by you, buddy. Okay. One of my least favorite things is bumping shoulders with someone on the street. You
I hear
guys know
that.
what I mean. I
Yeah.
take it as a personal
They're coming for
insult.
you,
They're
yeah.
coming for me, and they're getting in my way. I think the reason why is because they're bumping a physical part of me.
Sure.
So I don't mind the actual bumping. I mind that they're hitting me, and I'm hitting them. And so my invention is a fake prosthetic shoulder that hangs off of my real shoulder. And so they're never actually. If it's a shoulder bump, yeah, I still feel it, but it's not. They're not hitting my shoulder, so I don't take personal offense to it.
Are you wearing one on both sides?
Yeah, all 4 sides.
All 4 sides?
Yeah, I wear one on my chest just in case someone sideswipes
I was
me.
going to say, would it be more efficient to just dress like you're playing a football game every day when you leave the house?
Yeah, a New York City football game, you know.
Very common.
It's like when you see a sailor in Sailor's Week or whatever in New York, you're like, what are you guys doing in New York City?
Exactly.
It'd be me, but every day I'm playing a football game.
You're the New York Jets every day. You
Yeah.
wake up,
I look like a New York Jet.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah, just a kicker.
Do they don't even wear the pads?
Yeah. I do love this. I want it to have like something inside of it.
Okay.
Where like when they do shoulder check it like explodes.
Oh,
and maybe it has like ink in it,
Yeah,
or
like when you steal money, the bank.
your
Yeah.
eggs, and then so they go home and they're like, "Hey, why is your shoulder all blue?" It's like, I was an asshole today and
was a
shoulder
dick.
checked a
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
you know?
right. And if I initiate the shoulder check, it explodes on me. You know what I mean? So it's whoever was the asshole, it explodes on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I broke my elbow a few years ago, and I had to like maneuver New York City in a sling for like 4 months.
Oh,
And that would have been a very handy invention.
Oh,
or
yeah.
just like some sort of indicator of like, I am injured.
yes.
Just leave me alone. Because my sling, it was in the winter. So I went and I had to go buy like an extra large jacket to like zip it over my sling because
Yeah.
I couldn't, whatever. And people just would, and also people just aren't paying attention. So I just got bumped a lot. And I would have loved if they were covered in ink afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time you get bumped, it like makes the injury worse. It like adds
Yeah.
a week to the injury.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you just not live here? Like, what's the problem?
Oh yeah, dude, the street bumps get to me. They really, and it's funny because I met up with my friend last night, and I was like, "How's your day going?" The first thing he said, he was like, "If I get bumped by one more person on the street, I'm gonna freak out." And it's like, I think it gets to everyone. We just no one
Yeah.
admits it, you know.
And it's also, we're right now at this moment at the peak of winter, like sadness, like seasonal
Yes.
depression is still here.
Yep.
It's kind of spring, but it's not quite there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford to go to Aruba in February, you're still really mad.
Yes.
Like, I haven't
great
gone
point.
to like a warm place in a few months.
Yeah.
And I'm full of rage.
yeah, it builds. It builds
It
until
builds.
the sun melts it in
And then
Aruba.
literally in April, we're all outside like, this is the greatest city in the world.
Yes, dude. The first warm day, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
Yep.
god, I'm a New Yorker." It's like,
Exactly.
June hits and
You're
we're all
like,
just
fuck
like
this.
sweaty crotches and just like,
It all smells. Everything smells like hot pee.
yeah.
and
When
it's
will
like,
things freeze again?
Yeah.
That's the joy of living in New York is you get 2 good days a year. The
Yep.
first warm day and the
Yeah.
first cold day. And
Yep.
the rest is a nightmare.
Yeah, the first crisp fall day where you're like, I'm gonna put on a denim jacket.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what a
yeah.
big
I'm
day
in my
for
sweater
me.
era.
Yeah.
I do. I love it though. What about like the shoulder? Like I just like the idea of it detaching
Ooh, okay.
and maybe connecting to the person.
Like
Like it's got
globbing
like some
onto
kind of
them.
glue.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they
I
have
love
to go
that.
and have it like removed somewhere.
And it's like a shame relic. That
Yeah,
they
I
carry
Like when
around.
they boot your car.
Yes,
but it's your
yes.
shoulder.
Exactly.
When they boot your
The
car.
shoulder boot.
Yes.
I just like it being a whole event for this person to really shame
Yeah.
them into not ever doing it again.
Dude, no one would bump anymore. If this
No.
invention existed.
We will all be walking
Just
around
like-
like, just, sorry, I'm sorry, just excuse me. I don't have time to go today to get the boot off. I'm very important.
And just everyone has these extra shoulders on, just in case.
You
Yeah,
could have
that's
multiple
very real.
layers of them. You could have like an extra shoulder on the extra shoulder if you pay more. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like Russian dolls of shoulders,
Yes.
just stacked.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. All right. New York
got-
City, baby. Let's go Mets. Leland, you got an invention?
I got an invention, baby.
Yo, if you draw it up, color it in, hang it up on my wall.
Yeah. So this one is very simple. 2 words: armored surfboard. So,
I think you need more words.
nope, that's it. Full on. So I think with surfers, like sharks are a concern.
Sure.
And you see these pictures of like surfboards that have big bites taken
Yeah,
out of them.
yeah.
And
I've seen Jaws.
yeah, right. So I want there to be a surfboard that's some kind of metal that's not heavy enough to sink the
I was
surfboard.
gonna say.
But it's like thick enough, maybe some kind of like plastic that's thick that the shark can't bite through it. Now, this won't protect the surfer,
Right, just the board.
just the board, but you'll have a board afterwards, you know? Because I
Yeah.
feel like that's
the main complaint after a shark bite. Is
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
board.
When you're
That's-
scared and you no longer want to go in the water, your board will be waiting for you
Exactly.
when you're done therapy.
because you get your arm bitten off. That sucks, and that's traumatic. But the salt in the wounds is that your board is ruined
I
afterwards.
think this product is for one person, and it's that woman who got her arm bit off and is still Have you seen the pictures of this woman?
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah,
She's like 7 months pregnant, or she was when this photo that I saw was taken, and she's got one arm and she's still fucking surfing. And I'm
Wow.
like, this is the craziest person in the universe.
Yeah.
So for her, because I'm sure she probably got rid of her board after she got her arm
Probably,
bitten
yeah,
off.
yeah. Because the foam absorbs the blood, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah. So this would also, the blood would run right off of it.
right off.
Can I add something to it?
Sure.
Chainmail wetsuit.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
do get bit, you don't lose a limb.
You would be the fittest person ever if you could successfly surf wearing chainmail. Like, that has to weigh like 40 pounds. Like if you could carry all that extra weight and surf, you'd be woof.
Dude,
Wow.
you'd sink immediately.
Yeah.
You'd swim out there and just sink.
I love the idea of surfer lingo with like a medieval dotheth hang 12 broski.
Yeah, instead of being eaten by a shark, you can just drown instead.
Yeah,
It's fantastic with all of this extra weight. Maybe titanium? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Ooh.
Titanium is what my elbow replacement is made out of, and so I
Okay.
just assume that it's this like magical metal that isn't super heavy because I haven't felt the difference in my arm.
Yeah,
Have
you're
you
not
gone
like
swimming? with
Yeah,
it?
I have.
Okay, and you
And
didn't
it
sink
doesn't-
immediately?
I didn't sink immediately.
Alright.
It doesn't set off the metal detector at the airport.
Wow.
Honestly,
I think it's pretty good.
You know what Emily could use, Charlie, is an invention from last episode.
Yeah, what's that?
The mobile armrests.
Is that just an armrest wherever I am?
Yeah, it just
yeah.
connects to your hip.
Fantastic. Just right here.
just like the armrest of a chair, but connected to your hips.
If you sell that to physical therapists, all those people who break their elbows would be thrilled. That would have been delightful.
Yeah, you have like little spikes on it for when you're walking around New York, so no one bumps
Yes,
into
and
you.
then powder comes
then-
out and dyes them if they hit your elbow. See,
Oh, dude.
this is quality.
It's the best. That's my favorite part about the podcast too, is linking everything together.
Yes, these are all combined.
It would take you 3 hours to get ready for the day, but
Yes.
it'd be worth it.
but
You'd
it'd
be
be worth
safe.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just putting on your surfer chainmail, strapping on your armrest.
Oh, she's surfing with the armrest, just paddling out.
With the one arm. The one arm she does have is on the armrest.
Oh yeah. Emily, hit us
Fantastic.
with another one.
All
Yeah,
right.
If you don't
what's another one you
mind.
Not
got?
at all. Okay.
I love the images that will be here when we're recording.
Oh,
Today
yeah.
it's Game of Thrones.
It's just a pause scene of a Game of Thrones
It's a
battle.
brutal battle. Emily.
Okay, so this one kind of, I don't know if it would actually be, okay, let me start over. I don't know if this is actually a good idea, but a dating app that matches you via what you order from Seamless when you're drunk.
Oh yeah.
So like just if you're all the people who are like we're pizza people or we're like we need tacos or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's like at least you start off with being like we're the same kind of trash person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that says so much about you is what you order when you're drunk.
Yeah.
That says the most.
Or if you're like I don't do that
Yeah, sure,
at all.
sure.
I drink a glass of water like a responsible person and then I go to bed.
Yeah. And then it's like, all right, here's David for you.
Yeah.
And he does
Yeah.
the same thing. I do love that.
And what about if you ordered illegal drugs when you're drunk? Could that
Oh,
be?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
why not? There's got to be an emoji for that, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Because the other thing that I have other ideas, but the other dating app I have on my phone is it takes all of the info. So it's has access to all the things that you're like, I know my phone is listening. You know, when you're like, Amazon knows that I need paper towels somehow. Like it has access
Matches-
to all
matches
that.
someone else that also needs
Also
paper
needs
towel.
Not quite, but no, but it's
Your
so-
hands meet on the paper towel in the
You're
paper
just
towel
like,
aisle.
meet cute. But
Yeah.
no, so it has all your information and it matches you up and it has all your social media. So it gives you 2 matches a day And one of them is a person who matches all the things that you put out into the world. So the Instagram Saturday. So it's like you both go to pumpkin patches and take 5 pictures of your lattes or whatever.
Yep.
And then the other match of the day matches all of your like hidden searches, all of your Amazon orders, like all of the like things that you're hiding from the world, but your
porn
phone knows.
categories,
Yeah, like why have you watched Seinfeld 16 times in the past week? Like
You just
the same kind of
Great.
trash person.
That's amazing.
you show up on a first date and you're like, so did you also Google if whales have dreams? And they're like,
Exactly,
yeah, I wanted to know.
exactly.
It's crazy. Right?
I'm really invested in this information. Like you went on the same Wikipedia deep dives, all the things.
And these are 2 different matches. Sorry, Leland.
You get
Oh, you
two
go.
a day.
You get 2 a day,
One
okay.
that you think you want, like one
Yes.
that you're like this
Surface
is-
level.
Yeah, surface level, and
Yep.
then one that's like this is who you're really vibing with.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Leland, what were you gonna?
I was
hit
gonna
us
say,
with?
I just love the second one, and it's nice because it also gives you the contrast and like
Yes.
teaches you.
Yes, because
You're-
I think that's a huge problem when people are like, "No, I want to meet that person." I was like, "I don't think you do."
No,
Like,
no, you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
meet
That
hidden
other guy.
searches guy.
You want to meet Whale Dream guy?
Yeah. You want to meet the person who's watched Jurassic Park for every weekend for the past like 4 months. Right?
I love how you're opening up to us right now through this bit with the Seinfeld Jurassic Park. I love it. Dude.
I'm
Those are
like, I'm
great
just saying,
watches.
it's a great movie. I don't know. Do I have it on DVD and on Amazon? No big deal. It's not a problem.
You love choices. You
Yeah.
love choices.
I love new technology.
Yeah.
And old technology.
Yeah, you got to
Put
get it
them
on
together.
VHS now.
I mean, am I right? I definitely had it on VHS, but it's long gone now.
Yeah. All right, Charlie, did you get another invention?
Yeah, baby, New York City. Sorry.
Charlie, put that thing on a vote and put it on a boat and push it out to sea, burn it up, give it a Viking funeral. What do you got?
Is that a Viking funeral?
Yeah.
You gotta light it on fire.
That's
Yeah,
what I
they
thought.
should
Light
light
it
it
on
on fire.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the biggest problem in New York? Rats.
I was gonna say the rats.
Really?
I was
Really?
really
Okay, so
gonna
this
say.
is an Eric Adams invention.
Rats and housing, I think, are the 2
Rats in housing or housing as a separate issue.
separate issue. Separate
We need to
issue.
get these rats out.
They're so cold.
They've been
Yeah.
in the streets for too long.
We could get them to pay rent and make some money off these
Honestly, if
rats.
they start paying taxes, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I had one something else, but I love housing for rats. Just tiny little apartments. Little guys.
In little cubbies.
They all
Like,
just-
cool, but it's little rats.
They all
slide.
just seamless cheese to their
Yeah. And then they
buys
meet and
3
fall in
for
love.
Yeah. You seamless cheese? I seamless
Yeah,
cheese.
what kind of cheese are you seamlessly?
So my idea is way grosser than what that adorable idea was. Mine was it's like rats are an issue and people having housing is an issue in terms of homelessness and just in terms of like people affording to live here. So my invention is rat B&B. And so it's buildings made out of rats that people live in.
Well,
No, hang
so
with-
they're just the wall. Like
They're the
just,
walls. They
what,
are the
like an
walls.
Indiana Jones type of like just swarms of rats
Yeah.
creating
Oh, they're
the
live.
wall.
They're live. Yeah.
Oh,
live,
okay,
live
it's
rats.
even worse.
That is horrible.
Rat B&B.
And you just go to hang a painting, and it just squirms because you're putting a nail into it.
Wow.
You do not want to use the toilet. Trust
Yeah.
me.
No,
Oh
definitely
God!
not.
Oh, I don't want to touch anything in there. That is, I'm gonna have a nightmare about that. I think. I was gonna say that is my worst nightmare, but I'm gonna up it to I literally am probably gonna have a nightmare about that.
Yeah, I think we've kind of been doing this, but I think we should officially crown a worst invention of the week every week.
This is it.
You think
Charlie, I
rat
think this
B&B?
tops it for the moment.
This is definitely it.
My next one might top it, but this is pretty bad.
Imagine walking into your rat B&B. It smells like feces. There's critters crawling all around you.
God.
You lounge back in your rat couch and you watch some rat for the evening.
Boy, oh boy.
How relaxing would that be?
I can literally feel the rats under me, like sitting
Yeah.
on the rat couch, being like, "No, this is fine." Like I cannot.
well, you're in
Oof.
town for business. You want to save some money.
Do you have to like open the rat cabinet and take a rat pitcher of water
Yes.
out? And
And it pours little rats
So
out.
they're also like
All the items are rats.
Perfect. Okay.
was that your
I was trying to
question?
think of like the animated movie that is similar to like I thought of Beauty and the Beast, but those aren't actually animals. They're just
Like
people that went
objects.
into the objects.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
are but
This is like a Cinderella, like the mice are dressing you, kind of. The mice and the birds are helping you, kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
How many buildings do you think you could make?
A
Out
lot.
of all the-
I think a lot.
Oh yeah, there's more rats here than people.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, way too many.
Maybe just like one big skyscraper of rat.
Ooh. Oh God.
I can like hear it.
You
I
can
feel
hear
like
it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, it's so upsetting.
Anyways,
The
that was
one-
my invention. Leland, you got any questions for it?
I think the one upside I can think of it is if you hear scratching in the walls, you wouldn't be like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
It would just be, "Oh, it's the
Very
walls."
self-aware. Very like this is what it is.
You see a rat scurrying across the floor, you're like, yeah, okay, it's part of the
Hey, rat.
foundation of it.
Does
Hey,
it
rat.
does it have a rat trap made out of rats? Just in the kitchen.
Ooh,
It's two rats that close in on another
Yeah.
rat.
just a hug.
Just,
It's like, hi. Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's a bad
Definitely
idea.
worst invention.
That's
Definitely
a
worst
tough
invention
one.
of the week.
100%.
Hell yeah.
I got
I'm
a
the
pretty
king.
bad one too that I want to throw
Sure.
out.
Spill it on aisle 7. Let me mop it up.
So this is another 2 words and then multiple words, like a lot of words after it.
Perfect.
Beanbag toilet.
Oh, God. Come on, man. Come on.
It's a beanbag chair that has a toilet seat
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
And it'll come with beans in it.
Okay.
And but they're biodegradable, so you got to start going in order to fill up the rest of the bag.
No, it's so much worse than I thought it would be. I thought it was like a toilet that was like lower on the ground, surrounded by a beanbag so that you like sat on it, but then your toilet waste still went away. But you're saying it becomes
a toilet.
Yeah, and then you fill it up and throw it away, and you get another one.
Wow.
no.
That feels wasteful.
That's yeah. You're throwing away like a seat with it too, like a porcelain seat. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I like that you're also bringing back a chair that no one's owned in a decade. Like, this is relevant. This
Yeah.
is now.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
going to be filled. Okay. Honest. Okay. So is this a single-use product?
You get, like, I feel like you get like a few weeks worth.
Yeah.
It depends
because
on how much
you can't
go.
fill it, obviously, unless it's filled with something that absorbs and gets like 10 times
maybe
bigger than
maybe
it is.
that. Maybe it's like there's like rice or something in it
Yeah.
that absorbs the waste.
and expands.
And then maybe you send it back to the company.
Ugh.
You know what would be horrible is if it was actually comfortable.
Yeah.
Like if you were
yeah.
like, this is nice.
Yeah, you know when you just get stuck on the toilet for too long on your phone,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, this is comfy.
If only this was a beanbag chair.
Yeah. And I feel like in the
Oh,
beanbag
God.
chair, you're naturally kind of like squatty potty position.
You have to be, yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
I guess
So that
in
would
that
help
way,
out a bit.
it's better.
How do you go about cleanup?
So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you send it back to the company,
No,
Okay.
no.
and they open it and
Okay.
like use
Well-
the waste for fertilizer.
I'm thinking more personal
Okay.
cleanup.
Your butt.
Yeah. How do you go about that?
Oh, it's like it's got like a chamber where the actual seat is.
So you're still sitting on a seat. So just the same way you do now.
But you're
Whatever your
on
method is.
No, I'm just that was an aside. I'm just
Or
wondering how you
maybe-
guys do it.
Maybe there's.
Oh, okay.
Just honestly wondering. Maybe there's a bidet feature so that helps fill it.
And it sprays
Yeah.
beads on your
Because
It
you know,
sprays sprays
just more
beanbag chair
liquid.
beads.
butt. Yeah, sure.
Oof,
it helps
this sounds
fill it.
awful
This
as
is
well.
the whole. It gets
Yeah.
worse.
This isn't worse than rat house, but I still hate it.
This is so close to being as bad as Rat B&B,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
right. It's not. It's not as bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
So what do you think?
I hate it.
$2,000 idea?
I think honestly, this might be a $2,000 idea. You might be able to convince somebody to make it, and then you make it, and then the company closes, and you're left with a check for $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with the one because I don't want to build it up too much because maybe it's not actually a good idea.
Sure.
But I'm gonna hit you with this idea, and this was born out of several conversations with my husband and our friend, and we've talked it out a bit.
I love that.
okay. Yeah.
So you know, Dick Pics. We all know what that is.
Yep.
So this is a niche market. It is specifically for people with 3D printers. So it's not a huge,
Okay.
not a huge market. But instead of a dick pic, you send a person the file to print your dick.
I
That's
love
So that
this.
they can print a dildo of you,
Yeah.
and it's called Malia Genitalia.
Male genitalia. That's great.
I mean, that
Yeah.
should just exist. I
Wow.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know if anyone would actually be like excited to receive that, but
Well,
you know,
for like soldiers overseas, you know what I
There you
mean?
go.
Send it to your wife or
long
husband.
distance relationships,
Yeah.
people who meet on the internet, like
Yeah.
90-day fiance type of stuff.
Oh,
Where they're
yeah.
like we haven't met in a year, but we're in love.
Yeah.
Here's my genitalia.
And it's just one day it's like, hey, the newest file you sent me has like a little bump on it. You might want to go get that checked.
Concerned with that? Is that looks different to me?
I think that's an incredible idea, and I'm surprised no one's done that yet.
Yeah.
Because what I see a lot in the world is people take amazing, incredible marvels of technology and then do gross things
It
with
always
them.
goes straight to dicks. So why
Always.
haven't we made this yet?
Exactly.
That's the thing. And we came up with this idea like 4 or 5 years ago. So the fact that it doesn't
Really?
exist is truly baffling.
Baffling. Yes.
It really is. What if you also accidentally send a flaccid one? You're like, no, don't print that file.
I was just
Delete,
nervous. I was nervous. I drank a lot tonight.
It was cold out.
It was cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Shrinkage. I was in the pool.
Now, would you have to print a condom with it as well? Well, I guess not, because it's plastic, so there's
Yeah.
no...
It depends, because I've seen like the 3D printing, because it does in layers.
Yes.
Yeah, it builds it.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a bit rigid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think there would be an element of like you'd have to coat it in something
Ribbed
or like
for not
sand
pleasure.
it. Yeah, I, honestly, what I'm picturing, I don't want to put in my body.
Yeah,
so like
maybe you'd have to like
some
sand
work.
it down a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then the
yeah.
guy would be like, "Oh, you sanded it too much. That's not
That's
not
not
me."
accurate.
I'm
That's
way
not
bigger
me.
than that. Way bigger.
It has to like send a little bit thicker than it actually
Yeah,
is. And then,
yeah. That
Someone
makes
walks
sense.
in on you, you're like, what are you doing? I'm sanding my husband's dick for the evening. It's
no
date
big
night.
deal.
Yeah, it's not a big
so
deal.
when you I don't know if you guys use power tools a lot or table saws, but when you measure something to go through the table saw, you account for the blade width. So you make it an
Oh.
1/8 inch bigger than what it needs to be because the blade just completely eliminates an 1/8 inch of the product. So
Yeah, that
you
makes
gotta,
sense.
You got to account for sand width. I guess.
Just
Yes.
sandwich. It's a guy with a lisp ordering a sandwich. Sand with?
Sand width?
Sand
Anyways,
Is that what
we'll
it
cut
is?
that. We'll cut that. We'll cut that, Emily. That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, it's
this
just a
is
good
really
one. It
cool.
might just be
Yeah.
too good. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's a way more than a $2,000 idea. It's like
I honestly think if I had any interest in running a company that was about mailing dick files,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then I would have done it by now.
How would you get because with 3D printing, it's a lot of measurements. How do
Yeah,
you get
I think
that?
so the people, okay, so like if you this is a relationship between two people that own a lot of technology.
Yeah.
Because there's the ability to scan an object to be printed and you like go around it with this like camera basically.
Okay.
So I think if you'd have to be erect and just like swoop it around
Just
and it would
maybe some kind of box that you just like
there you
walk
go,
up to
and just kind of put it
Yeah.
in.
put it in.
Click
and-
a button.
Because like the appeal of this to my husband and our friend was that like you wouldn't know what was happening and you'd be like on the phone with your person and
Yeah.
they'd be like, hey babe, you should check the printer. And then it's like burp, 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 like just like making the dick.
Would it make the balls too?
I mean, I think that's personal preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Do you want
definitely.
those? Do you need that?
do you use them in the process?
Yeah, are you
of-
interested in that? That's up to you. You could send anything, I guess.
Yeah, you just send a finger. You
Yeah.
send a tongue.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I know what you like, baby. It's just an arm.
the options are endless, truly.
Send
I
a
feel like-
gerbil. Anyways,
I feel like it could be used for like mistreated as well because men would just
Yes.
go in and change the measurements.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be someone that they've been corresponding with for years, and it's like,
Yeah.
your dick is so great. And
Yeah,
then they
you're
get to
building
the-
up expectations.
Yeah.
they meet in person. It's like you felt a lot different in your profile.
yeah, that's the new form
That's
of
new.
catfishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now then that would be like, how early do you send that? Because like dick pics, there's always that moment where you're like, I was not here.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked twice. I don't need this. Like,
Did you get a lot before you were married from just like casual dates and stuff?
not like a ton, but you definitely get them from people on just like Tinder, just like
Yeah.
sending them in the app, and
Yeah.
you're like, what? Like,
Yeah, like
this
we've
makes
never
no
met.
sense.
That's
never met.
Crazy.
We've
This
never
is
met.
not.
You'd send that over the internet, a
Yeah.
permanent thing.
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, and obviously you just have them on your phone if you're sending them all the time.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
that person would have the file, I'm sure,
Oh,
on their
yeah.
phone.
Yes,
If this was a
just
possible
ready to
invention.
go.
And just like,
That
here you
was
go.
that was a good day for them one day.
Exactly.
They're like, I'm set for a couple years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good.
it was
I
hot
had nice
out.
lighting.
Nice
I just went
lighting.
for it.
Yeah.
Would there be an option for the opposite gender as well?
Well, that
Ooh,
that I don't
that's a
know.
tough one.
I think that would be a very invasive scanning process to like make your own fleshlight. Like
like-
I don't want to go through whatever that is.
Like a
Yeah.
To make
colonoscopy
that-
kind of deal.
Yeah, or that. Yeah,
They could- well,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even for like either hole, it's
course.
a small
Can
tube
you-
camera.
Either way, it seems horrible.
Is it? Yes, exactly.
That is all. Yeah,
And
I
from
don't
a
know.
male's perspective, I don't want to enter that material either.
Yeah,
it's
it'd have
very
to be. You'd have to
rigid.
get like
Again,
an
how would I
internal
sand
sander.
inside
Yeah.
it? I don't
Yeah.
know. That seems difficult.
Because you can't 3D print
You
fleshy.
could do boobs just for fun.
Yeah.
But then it's a consistency, like a
You'd have to get the. I think there's different types of material for
yeah. It would
the
have to
printer.
be because the other thing is like the return picture isn't normally like a full on. You know, like you wouldn't really send that. You'd
Yeah.
send boobs probably.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess you could do boobs and then I
Can-
don't know what they would. I don't know.
Can you imagine like the mouth? Just how scary it would
Oh,
be.
God.
3D printing, and then all of a sudden it's just like.
Throat, just like this is all very upsetting.
Yeah. this podcast is taking a dark turn.
Yeah,
I think-
don't- yeah. Oof.
I think what we've come to the conclusion is for the Dick Pic version, the technology is there.
It's
Yeah.
there.
Everything
Yep.
else we are years from.
Years
Yes.
away
New
from
scanners,
wanting, from needing,
new
yeah.
types of sanders,
yeah,
all types
tools
of things.
that we just do not have yet.
I love the idea, though. I love the idea.
Solid in theory.
Hey, folks, we're living in New York City today.
I got another invention.
Oh, damn it. Yeah. Hey, pack it up real nice. Send it to my father.
Okay, so this is a bandage shirt.
Yeah,
So
keep going.
it's like a Band-Aid, but it's entire shirt. So if you have like some kind of like chicken pox where it's a bunch of little like
sure,
like sores,
Okay.
or you've just got like a big cut across your chest or something, this is a full-on shirt that you put
Huh.
on.
Do you put it on like a Band-Aid? Like, does somebody have to apply it to your front and back like a Band-Aid, or do you
No, it's
Yeah.
just it's
put
like
it
a
on
shirt.
normal and then just tap it?
Yeah, it's a shirt that is like
Oh.
a size too small for you.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
So
and
it's like
then it
skin
has
tight.
the cotton
Yeah.
material.
And it has the cotton.
The
Gauze,
gauze.
yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
a thick, maybe like a wool coat kind of, where it's like
Sure.
that kind of thickness
I
to
don't
just soak up.
I don't not like it.
That would be very helpful in action movies.
Yeah.
Like when they're like on the go and they have like a gash in their side
Yes.
and they're like, but I gotta keep going.
They just take it off of a coat hanger.
Exactly. They're
Put
like,
it
pop
on.
that. Mark Wahlberg puts that on. He keeps fighting robots or whatever.
That's always deterring heroes in action movies. Is a gash on their side.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
Always.
just a cut because it has to be in, like, you have to not know how bad the injury is.
Yeah.
It has to look bad that you're like, oh, I'm worried about the hero. But, like,
Yep.
you can't actually be like, oh, we probably punctured his liver or whatever.
Yes,
Like-
Yeah.
We don't know if they're gonna live or die from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or have you ever seen in the like the thing that gets me the most in action movies is when the like stomach gets opened up and their
Yes.
like guts come
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So imagine that, just putting that back in.
Pop that shirt on.
Throw your shirt on, and you're good to go. You know?
Set. You're ready to rumble. Get to
You
surgery.
can get back to doing your mud runner or whatever you're doing.
So it's basically just like a sausage casing for the top half of your body.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
You know,
Let's
definitely
get.
not.
I mean, honestly, you should submit that to like the army because they spend so much money on.
Ooh.
They'd be like, sure, we'll invest $1 million
Yeah.
into that technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know how they have like Band-Aids for kids with like Hello Kitty
Fun
on
stuff
them,
on 'em,
and,
yeah.
and Power Ranger. You could have that, but it's just
It's your
full
whole shirt.
It just looks like a regular
A
shirt.
normal T-shirt.
Now, could there be like a sock version, a glove version, a pant version for other
Sure.
parts of your
Yeah.
body, right?
Right?
Why not?
Definitely.
Why not?
Just like a Speedo version for very specific injury.
Yeah, if you cut your butt, I guess. I don't know.
I love the idea of like getting a small cut on your wrist but like not having any other type of band-aid, so you have to throw on the whole sweater, like the whole
Yeah,
shirt.
you're like,
for it.
oh, okay. It's like a hoodie with gloves, and you're like, I gotta wear the whole thing if I want to cover my wrist.
You know
Stick to
those
scab.
You know those Band-Aid boxes that have like the different types of sizes,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always like you use up one size, and there's always like the
Oh, a
weird.
ton left over.
Yeah.
You're like,
Like,
when am I gonna need this?
Yeah, I'm never gonna need this tiny one or this giant one. It would be
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You just have these like 2 shirts still left in
Yeah.
the box. It's like, well,
There's no XLs in our house. Like, we don't need this size.
I love it, man. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's
Right?
not bad.
Yeah, it's creative. Never heard it before. Yeah, I like that.
okay.
I wish I had something really funny to say about it.
Do you have another
Living in
invention
New
you
York
wanna-
City
you
is
wanna throw out,
tough.
Charlie?
It's really. Wait, what do I do with it, Leland?
Why
Sorry,
don't
this is where the tired's kicking in. My bad, y'all.
why don't you put that in that invention in a submarine and discover the bottom of the ocean with it? What do you got?
Okay, that was a perfect transition to what this invention is. So
Oh my God.
do you guys know how to swim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love swimming. Do you guys like swimming?
Sure.
I love swimming. It's a great time.
great.
I never get to swim in New York because I don't belong to a gym. I don't have friends with pools. And the Hudson and the East River are just, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
No, it's gross.
It's gross.
Garbage water.
Garbage water. I want to swim. More what it is, I want to be submerged in water. I feel safe when I'm submerged in water. I don't really take baths. Let me cut to the chase. Vertical water tubes all around the city. It's like a city bike where you
Okay.
pay you tap your card. There's a locker box for your clothes. You put on your bathing suit. You pop in. It's a warm tube of water. You just kind of float around in it for however long, and then it charges you by the minute, and you get out and you go about your day.
My first concern is drowning.
No.
Yeah.
Is there a how
Tall,
deep is the
deep?
tube?
You ever seen Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory?
Yes.
You know the chocolate tube?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's about that.
Okay, so when you're entering it,
Yeah.
if you're street level,
Yeah.
are you going in like a double chamber?
Yes.
To that drains the water? 'Cause,
Double
like,
chamber.
You can't release the water into the street.
What about
Yeah.
just a ladder on the side of it?
I
That
like
works.
double
Climb up to
chamber
the-
because you
okay.
want to flush it between people.
Right.
And it's,
Oh, okay,
and it's
that's a good
chlorinated,
point.
so it cleans.
Because this
Oh
would
my God.
this would immediately be a bath for homeless people.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it might turn into that. It might, but I live on the Upper West Side, and so for us, I mean, there's not a lot of homeless people up there. It might not be that.
Okay.
It might.
You know,
You know, hard to say.
you're Astoria. Not a lot of
Yeah.
homeless people
How much
there.
would it cost?
I don't know, 70 cents a minute. Is that too low? I feel like that's way too low.
I don't think we're making a profit, but I would do it.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
makes
yeah,
me more
right.
inclined to do it.
Just the pumping of the water alone.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be way more expensive than that.
Oh, let's say like $1.50 a minute, and then $5 to do it to even enter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Wow,
it's kind of
okay.
like city bike
$5
prices.
cover fee.
$5
So you're
cover.
paying like $10 for 4 or 5 minutes of relaxation.
Yeah, and if you want to do like 10 or 20 minutes, you're paying a little more. I just love the idea of like, there's a lot of days where I'm having a really stressful day, and I'm like, I just want to be submerged in warm water right now, you know?
Sure.
And so I'm like, walking up on 70th Street, and there's an empty tube. And
We get in there.
pop in real quick.
That's the other thing. You'd have to have an app which is like showing you which tubes are empty
Yes.
at that time.
And then it shows
Yeah.
you some are hot tub tubes, and those are a little more
Ooh,
expensive.
yeah,
It's like the
okay.
electric
Yeah.
city bikes.
They do have, this is kind of like an idea that exists where you can rent a space to nap for like an hour.
We've had that as an invention.
It
They have
exists.
that? What?
Yeah, there's
Wow.
one. I think it's Lower East Side. It exists because
Wow.
I had that idea and Googled it, and it's like it's a little expensive. So what I used to do for that was like 5 or 6 years ago when MoviePass still existed.
Yeah.
I would just at first it was unlimited. You could go to a movie a day and it was all free.
Yeah.
I would literally go from work to a movie and take a nap before my show. Like I would like go, I'd ask like what's playing in the recliner theater, and I
Yeah.
would just pass out for like an hour.
Because it's amazing to fall asleep to a movie.
Oh, it's
the best
fantastic.
feel-
Yeah.
Oh
It was
my
like a great
God.
year of my life, and now MoviePass is over.
I'm gonna start. Oh, I got AMC stubs,
There you go.
so I'm gonna
Yeah.
start doing
Basically
that.
the same thing.
It's incredible.
Oh, it's great.
With
Oh.
the with the tube, is it
Yeah.
it see through?
I haven't decided. What do you guys think?
I think not see-through, but I don't know because I would want it opaque for me, but I also do feel weird that like anybody could go in there and it wouldn't be it would be
That's the issue.
not
So it's like
see-through.
one-way mirror or two-way mirror. You can see out,
yeah.
but they can't see in.
Sure. Yeah,
'cause
that's good.
I would feel very like exposed because it's already a weird thing that you're doing it on the street. Like, you're you've already exposed yourself in that way where you're like, I think this is a good idea for me to do for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'd also
What
be
are they
weird-
going through that they
So-
need to go swim for 10 minutes?
But also it's still gonna be weird if it's not see through because they just see your head out of the water being like doo-doo-doo, like just bobbing around in there.
Another tough part would be undressing on the street,
Yeah.
getting ready for
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was thinking.
I maybe it's a triple chamber.
Yeah,
Of, like,
triple
chamber.
benches,
Yeah.
and then there's the water chamber, and then there's the tube.
So much of the street would be taken
This is
up
a lot
by
of real estate.
Dude, a
This is
lot
going to
of
be
real
like when
estate.
restaurants first moved outside and we were like, this is fine, I think.
Yeah,
and then you were
yeah.
like, you know what? I'd love to park my car.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, how about this? It's made out of rats.
It's powered by poop.
we've learned all solutions are just do it with rats.
Yeah.
Do the rats.
Yeah,
Woof.
everyone would have to either carry around bathing suits,
Yeah. Yep.
or this would be like a naked situation
Yeah.
where people would just get fully naked, and then it would need to be you can't see into
yeah,
it.
opaque. Yeah.
So in Berlin, they have a couple of pools in the rivers, and it's submerged shipping containers.
Wow.
And so it's like a real swimming pool, and it's at the water level. So you're like sitting in the pool looking out at the river, but you're not in the
Oh.
river water.
and the river
That's
water doesn't
cool.
come in?
No.
That's amazing.
It's like a foot high or whatever. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, but it's awesome.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's
Is it?
very,
Are
very
they
cool.
public?
The one that we went to was like, I think we paid like $8 for the day. Like
Okay,
it was very
yeah.
affordable, and it was like attached to a fake beach bar. So like they brought in all this sand, so you're like sitting on the
Yeah.
sand, and then you go down this like pier and you go in the shipping container pool.
That's
That's
awesome.
really cool.
That would be
Yeah.
cool. I don't know if New York could handle that though.
No.
Because
No,
like
no.
Berlin everyone was like, no, we're chill. Why would we ever pee in there? Like
Yeah.
we're just all being cool people.
There's a lot of
Like,
things that couldn't happen in New York.
yeah,
Just,
we can't. We're
we
not
can't.
emotionally good
No.
enough for that.
Yeah, we have to like. It's like a child-proofed city. You know,
Exactly.
whatever. There can be like
Exactly.
sharp objects or places where you can pee
things
anywhere.
we can ruin. Yeah,
in
we
Berlin-
get ruined so fast.
Yeah.
In Berlin, they're like, yeah, no one here has cargo pants full of rats and pizza that they jump into this pool with. for
While
some
wearing,
reason.
it's no big deal. We all have housing. This is fine.
a
This
guy
is
with
great.
a guy with a Knicks hat shows up. He's like, "What'd you say? I got a wait. What was it?
Cargo
Sorry.
pants with
Full of
rats.
pizza and
Yeah,
rats.
sorry, let's cut my whole cut my audio for this one. Cut my whole audio for this
No.
one. Cargo pants
Wait.
full of pizza and rats. That was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just love the imagery of like a quintessential New Yorker showing up to Berlin and just ruining something.
Just ruining
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing great on time. Emily, do you have any more you want to rattle off just
Okay.
to get them out?
Yeah, we'll see if any of these are. Oh God, Face ID is gonna kill me. So this is this is actually Danny's idea. This is my husband's idea, but
Danny.
we got in a fight about it. So I would like to see. How
love the start of it.
He thinks this would be a $2,000 idea. I think this would be $- idea. And he wants straws that are wide enough for bubble tea, but are loopy, like a fun
Yeah.
bubble tea straw.
I love that.
I don't think you could I don't think you could suck hard enough to do it, and I think it would cost too much to make them that you'd then have to pass that cost on to the consumer, and then they would not want to pay. Do you want an extra $1 for this straw?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm already paying $5 for bubble tea. I'm not paying for the.
Yeah.
I think your second point is valid. First point, the what's it called? The mochi or the what's it called? The
I honestly don't. The tapioca? or,
the
yeah.
tapioca is very soft. I think it can make it
You
through.
think they're going
I think
through?
it could, but it would be extra. It'd be like
You'd have to charge for it.
yeah, and it's already whenever I buy bubble tea, I'm like, do I really have bubble tea money?
Yeah.
you know
Am
what I
I
mean?
this person? Am
yeah.
I financially stable enough for this treat?
Yeah, for like a $9 tea, and so paying like $12 for it.
I think it might be like a tourist thing. Like maybe if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
like you're all in from Ohio and you never had bubble tea, and the whole family's like, sure, we'll get the fun straws, but
Yeah.
like the average person is not.
No.
And that's
no.
why we got in a fight. He was like, people would buy it. I was like, I don't think they would.
No,
like
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
no
not
way.
financially
my
solvent.
my first thought about it is I think I'd get frustrated with how long it would take
Just
to get
to
up
watch.
the thing.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
thrilling enough
Yeah. It
in
would be-
concept.
It would be fun the first time,
Sure.
but then when I'm just like, I just want to enjoy my bubble tea.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching it go up and I just
Yeah.
exerting all the effort. Just
Yeah. We have a lot of conversations about straws because you're like, I don't want to kill the sea turtles, but I want a straw that like works and doesn't fall apart and doesn't collapse and like all these things. And,
Yeah. I had
know.
an invention a couple episodes ago that was a straw for hot liquids that like cools it as it goes through the straw. It has some kind of like
Oh,
coolant
yeah.
in it.
What hot liquid are you drinking with a straw?
Maybe
Yeah,
like,
we talked about that. That came up.
Well, you're not drinking any of them with a straw now.
Now.
But if you have a cooling straw,
Right. That's true. That is very true. Okay, we did that one. Oh, that might be more under the problem category. I know that we do problems later.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is my last invention. So whatever your comfort food is, whatever the thing is that if you're sad or you just need to, maybe if you travel a lot, it makes you feel like home, like whatever that meal is, I want it to be in pill form, like in the Jetsons or like
Yes.
this is like future technology, but I want to be able to taste the thing that like is like, oh, you know,
oh,
this
that's
is
really fun.
comforting.
Can I
Yeah.
not to be negative? Can I bring up one concern
Of
I
course.
have? Part of comfort food is that feeling of it hitting your stomach.
Sure.
So just the taste might be a tease.
So maybe it's even more technology that we don't have,
Sure.
and it is like a capsule that you can travel with, and then you add water or something, and it
love it.
bloop, like,
yeah,
and here it is.
Pops up.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. I love it.
What about like a belt that you put around your stomach that just like butts it?
It's just a
It
guy
makes,
who comes
makes
up
you
and hits
feel
you.
like you ate it.
So you have the pill and it just like it's a lasting taste. You have
Yes.
the taste in your mouth,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then the thud in the stomach. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm full.
Because the other thing is, like, to your point of wanting it in real life, a lot of comfort foods are types of things that you might have a dipping sauce with.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
like, you want to be doing that.
Mine's a fried chicken.
There you
What's
go.
your go-to?
See, I'm doing Whole30 right now, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
horrible thing where you don't eat anything you enjoy.
Yep.
And the current thing I'm missing is like a boneless buffalo wing.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
that just sounds
Yep.
great to me.
My boss is doing Whole30.
It's
she
the
has, She has
worst.
the book. Yeah, she's
I mean,
not happy.
I not to get into it, but I've lost 7 pounds in 2 weeks. So
Hell
like,
yeah,
it's
that's
doing
great.
something, but I hate
Yeah,
it.
it's it's rough. I love that though. The little pill,
Little pill.
just to get your comfort food. Maybe even just like a lozenge.
Yeah, and like
Mm.
I thought the idea came less from like being in an emergency situation, being like I need a chicken wing, and being more like because I've done enough like international travel. Like I used to work on cruise ships and stuff, and I would be away for like 6 or 8 weeks and be like, all I want is something that tastes like America. Like I am just like I am tired of like. And oftentimes it's like a weakness where you're like, I wish I was a cool, cultured person who like always wanted what was culturally appropriate in the country I'm in.
Yeah.
But like me and my husband went on a 3-week honeymoon, and at the end of it, I forget the food we had, but we like went to see the new Jurassic Park in theaters when we were like in Europe. We were like, no, this is a good idea. And we ate like popcorn and we've had something else. And we were just like, I just need to feel like I'm in America for 10 minutes.
like a
Yeah,
nacho or like a
Yeah.
hot pretzel or something.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
Which also in Europe, they put intermissions in movies.
I think that's an amazing idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I got to take a bathroom break. I didn't miss a single
I
dinosaur.
thought
Do
you
you
were gonna
mind
say
if
I got to take a bath.
It was a really long intermission. I got the water tube out on the street. They have them already. And then I get back to the movie, and it was great.
That's great. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the problems.
I think we all have problems.
I got a problem this week.
I got a problem. I could save mine. Go ahead, do yours.
Okay.
Well,
So, if you don't know, this is the segment where we come up with problems to try and solve with inventions for the fly. We brainstorm.
Love it.
Brainstorm them.
we should have a theme music for this part of the pod.
Yeah,
you know what I
just
mean?
a little bit more editing I have to do. That sounds great.
Fantastic. That feels like
No,
a
I'll take on this one.
This is when your chip breaks in the dip.
Oh,
What's an invention that we can come up with?
Okay, so a chip. This is another chip or type of chip that is a strainer. Like, okay, so in my mind when you said that, I said, wouldn't it be nice to have like a strainer spoon that you can get the chip out
And
with
all
a
the dip
minimal
falls
amount
through.
of dip?
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be nice if that was also a chip?
Mm.
So you could just eat it instead of dirtying a spoon.
And it's like on a case on the wall.
in case of emergency.
Just
Like,
break the glass.
see, that's just a good idea.
It's like a perforated chip. Why don't we have perforated chips?
So you only get a little
I
dip.
think
Yeah.
I think we don't have perforated chips because you're trying to get the dip. That's
'Cause we
the
have
initial
scoops.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says you want
but
more
these,
dip.
these are for the emergencies.
Yeah.
The perforated chip.
Like the bag is half and half, so you use them when
Ooh.
it's appropriate.
Yeah, yeah.
But then people would complain. But I would be happy.
I would be
Yeah.
happy. I would
I-
never complain.
I don't think half and half is a good ratio for me
How many?
because I think I need less than half. I think I would
less perforated.
I would get down to the bottom and it would be all perforated. I'd be like, I didn't need as many
I
of these.
paid for the whole chip.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
there's like 5. Maybe it's in a little bag.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
the
a side
little
bag.
fries.
Side bag. Yeah. You know,
yeah.
motorcycles
Like,
have
like the
side
cereal.
cars.
Yeah. And you're like, we each have one. We're splitting this bag. We each
Yeah.
have one. Use it when you really need it.
Yeah, and that kind of like ups the stakes of it too. Is like, don't mess up with this.
Yeah.
You only
Yeah.
have one.
If you break off a tiny tip, don't use it yet. Wait till you break off like 2 or 3 chips, and then you go in for a big perforated scoop.
yeah.
That feels smart.
What is it? BPS, big perforated scoop.
There you go, BPS.
Yeah, BPS. Oh yeah,
That's just a good idea.
that's a good idea.
I love that. All right. I think we solved that one.
I think Emily had a problem.
Emily, did you get a problem you want
I
to
have a couple problems, but I don't
Emily
know
Walsh.
if we are going to be able to come up with solutions.
She's like, racism. It's like, oh, God. Nope.
Intolerance. What
Yeah.
are your ideas? Okay, so the problem is I drink a lot of iced coffee, and cold brew is my favorite way to drink it, but every cold brew has a different level of intensity.
Yes.
And some cold brews are exactly how much caffeine you need.
Yep.
But some are too much, and it makes me feel like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So I want a way to like measure the intensity of the caffeine. Like if I'm ordering a coffee from a new place, I want to know if it's gonna fuck up my whole night.
Okay.
So
yeah.
how about fentanyl test strips for like drugs?
Oh, yeah.
That's
How
what
about
I
like
was
a
thinking.
caffeine test strip?
That would be fantastic.
I would love that because I do the same thing. I don't do hot coffee really. I
Yeah.
only do ice. Sometimes it knocks me on my ass. Sometimes I feel like I didn't even drink a coffee.
Exactly, but sometimes it makes me feel like literally insane.
Yeah, and
Where
I'm
I'm
like-
like, should
yeah.
I leave New York City? Should I change careers?
Should I shave my head? I'll shave my
Yeah,
head
I'll do
right
it
now.
right now.
Right
It's a great idea. I'll get rid of all my stuff and I'll shave my head.
Maria Kondo style. No, I'm ready. I want joy.
Decluttering.
That was my first thought too. The test strip.
The test strip,
But I
yeah.
want to take it a step further.
Okay.
Okay.
And have it be a like cup, like a cup you can have, and it changes color
Yes. Okay.
based on how much
Yeah.
caffeine is in there.
That
That's
is
so
good because then
cool.
you look at the hue and you're like, okay, that's a lot. I'm gonna add more milk. I'm gonna add
Yeah,
some
or
water.
only drink half of
Yeah.
it.
and then you can get it. Well, so if you could add to it, maybe you can get it to the color you like. Like if
yeah.
you're like, my mood is a light blue, so I'm gonna add some more creamer or something.
That's amazing.
Like chill it down.
Yeah, yeah. So you pour it, and you're like, "That's not enough." Like you pour it, and then you pour your creamer. I want a little more caffeine. Pour some more cold brew, some more coffee, and it's a perfect blue hue.
That would honestly be spectacular because then
Yeah.
you could also be like, I really need a ton. Like let's
Yeah.
put more coffee or
Yeah. And then on the
whatever
side
it
of the
is.
cup is a little display which says where you're going. And
As you're walking down the street, I'm gonna follow her. Spectacular.
Do you want to call it?
do you have any more problems?
yeah.
I have one more problem, but I don't know if we can solve it.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Might need science.
We just crushed that last one.
Oh, okay. So this is I don't know if you guys have small bladders if you need to pee
Tiniest,
all the time.
truly
or
the
if this is-
tiniest.
What I want to know is how much time I have from one pee to the next. Like when I'm out and about in the city, like when we're done this podcast, I'm going to pee because
Yeah.
there's a bathroom here and I'm going to use it. And then I got to go into the world. I'm meeting my friend. I'm doing some errands.
Yeah.
I would love to know when I was done peeing, if something was like, okay, you got 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, you need a bathroom again. And that's like that's not necessarily when it would be like an emergency, but it'd be like,
Yeah.
you should probably,
When you,
Yeah.
you know?
when you get the
Just like-
urge
Yeah.
to pee.
Okay, maybe a watch
Sure.
that is connected to a belt that goes around your bladder. That's not
Okay.
a restrictive belt.
Okay.
It's just a measuring belt.
Yeah, it's not squeezing
So
the
it
pee out of you.
expands as your bladder expands.
Okay,
And
yeah.
when it gets to a certain level, it's like, okay, we're getting
You're
here.
pretty
Your bladder's getting full.
Yeah.
And so that can start to be connected to your watch and tell you,
And then
like,
the
okay,
watch
you got.
has the app on it that's called like Go to NYC or whatever that shows you where the toilets are.
Yeah, it's
And
all connected.
it's also connected to a dating app, which will pair you with someone who has similar bladder concerns.
With you all the time. I mean, that's just smart because I am the annoying person in the relationship where I'm like, I have to pee again.
Yeah.
So,
Pause the movie.
You know,
gotta
I don't
go.
want to get divorced over it, but it would have been nice to be with somebody that's like, I also have to pee.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I love it.
Okay, we did
Nice.
it.
Folks, we did it. Emily,
right.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
being on.
Yeah, of course.
One of the
have-
better episodes we've had in a while, and this is a
Whoa.
fun podcast. But
Whoa, what
but
the hell?
I
We've had-
think so. I think it was really fun.
We've had nothing but amazing guests
We
since day
have.
one.
We've had, yeah. But that was a really fun.
No, that was really
episode.
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, you came prepared. You had amazing inventions. You're the best. Thank you
I
so
like
much.
homework, let me tell you.
We have we have one more segment.
Okay.
Oh, it's a fun one.
That was one we don't tell people about.
Okay.
And it was invented by our old co-host Mia Faith Hammond.
What's her
Okay.
name? That was it.
who is no longer up with a podcast? Just out of her,
Not
she didn't
with us, but at
she
the
didn't want to.
podcast.
Yeah, she didn't want to do it anymore.
She works upstairs now at the testing factory.
Yep,
Ah,
yeah.
I gotcha.
runs all the
But
inventions.
we kept the segment because we thought it was fun and silly. You have to give each one of us a sincere compliment,
Okay.
knowing you will not receive one in return.
Okay.
couple caveats.
Yeah,
Okay.
two
My
caveats.
compliment cannot be apartment based.
Fuck. Okay.
Wait till you hear my caveat.
Charlie's compliment has to be good. It can't be backhanded
Okay.
or a sly remark.
Okay.
You can start with whoever. You won't get any back. You won't get any thank yous.
I'm
We consider
excited.
that a compliment.
Stone cold listening. Stone cold.
Okay. I'm excited. Okay. Your compliment, Leland, is that you always have great jackets.
Oh.
I always think, wow, what a great jacket.
Don't you dare say. Don't even smile. Don't smile, Leland. There we go.
Great. Great. Okay. Charlie,
Yes.
you have a way of yes-anding very quickly that is reaffirming as a guest.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Can we end the segment?
Segment over.
Thank you,
Thank you
Emily.
so
Oh
much,
my God,
Emily.
thank you.
Those were great compliments.
So
Wonderful.
nice.
That was
We
tense.
appreciate
That
it.
made
Yes.
me
I
stressed me
do.
out a little bit.
It's hard leading. It's hard showing love and then getting just nothing.
The
in
straight
return.
face is really unnerving. Like, I was like, I know you told me that was going to happen, but I feel weird.
I do also love the fact when we have a guest on that hasn't met either one of us
Sure.
until now, and it's like after 45 minutes of talking, what's a
Tell us
compliment you
something
have?
about me. Yeah, that is way more stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and it can't be apartment based because the first thing I was going to say is you've created a very cozy apartment.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. 'Cause
yeah.
that
Say
was
that.
that was
Too
multiple
repetitive,
people
yeah.
did that, and we're like, all right, both of these caveats were based off of real
Hey.
Oh,
concerns.
so you were
Come
getting a lot
on.
of not so nice.
I was getting a lot of like, for someone who's struggling, you look really good.
Wow.
like,
You
all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's
Um,
like, for someone who's sad, you're holding up okay.
I look better next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for that.
Emily, where can the people find you, or what do you want to plug?
Yeah, totally. I am on all the platforms you can be on as The Funny Walsh, WALSH, and I have a podcast called Alone at Lunch. Leland has done it.
Yep.
And we talk to different comedians about a time they felt like the odd one out. There are 3 seasons. You can listen anywhere. We just had Matthew Broussard on. We just had River Butcher on. So, yeah, listen to Alone at Lunch and follow me on all the places.
Nice, Charlie.
Hey, follow me on Instagram at Charlie V Dawson. And Leland, tell them about the live show we got coming up.
Oh, so is the 31st, right?
Yeah, 8 p.m.
We're doing a live show at Grove 34 in Astoria at 8 p.m. March 31st. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Have some guests on. Someone do stand-up to open, and then we'll just do the podcast. It's going to be a fun time coming out. And
Hey, where else can they find the podcast?
we're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Yes.
Facebook, The Idiots Catalog. You can find us. Send us an email at theidiotscatalog@gmail.com. We want to hear your invention ideas, your problems for us to solve. Compliments. You're not going to get one back, baby. And
it's terrible.
it's rough. And as we
I
always say,
say,
to end every episode, wow, that was the stank that was awesome. Wow, that was the stank that was awesome. Thank
Thanks,
you so much,
everybody.
everybody.
Thanks for listening.